Dorothea Jordan was an Irish actress who became the long-time mistress of King William IV when he was still Duke of Clarence. She was also the mother of 10 of his children. Born Dorothea Bland on the 22nd of November 1761 in Waterford, Ireland, Dorothea was the third of 6 children born to Francis Bland and his mistress Grace Phillips. Around April 1774, Dorothea's father abandoned the family to marry an Irish actress. He continued to support the family financially on the condition that the children would not use his last name. Dorothea then started using her mother's surname Phillips. While working as a milliner's assistant, Dorothea received her first marriage proposal from a smith, but she turned him down, as she felt she was too young to marry. Her next proposal came from Charles Doyne, an army lieutenant, whom she met while acting in Waterford. His mother disapproved of Dorothea, and Dorothea wanted to act, so the proposal was refused. Dorothea took to acting like a moth to a flame. Her acting debut is unclear. Some sources say she began acting in 1777 as Phoebe in As You Like It, whilst others claim she started as Lucy in The Virgin Unmasked in 1779. Her last acting job in Ireland was in May 1782 when she became pregnant with her first child, Frances Daly, by Richard Daly. Rumours spread of her relationship with Daly and she fled to England. There she worked for the York Company, adopting the surname Jordan. All women in the company, whether married or unmarried, adopted the style of Mrs. Dorothea proved to be a brilliant actress, regularly drawing in huge crowds. She seemed to have a natural talent, able to learn her lines quickly, and this made her unpopular amongst the other women in the company. After giving birth to her first daughter, Frances, she returned to working, but was met with disapproval. Her boss, Wilkinson, helped to dispel the gossip, and through his support and Dorothea's own natural talent, she was able to win people over. After her relationship with Daly, Dorothea met George Inchbald. She fell in love with him and hoped that they would marry. However, he did not want to commit himself to her, a decision he later regretted. He proposed to her then, but she turned him down. In 1785, Dorothea began to work for William Smith on Drury Lane. While Dorothea loved tragedies, she excelled in comedies. She continued to work at Drury Lane until 1809. In 1786, Dorothea began an affair with Sir Richard Ford, a police magistrate and lawyer. She had 3 children with him: Dorothea, a son who died shortly after birth, and Lucy. She left him after he failed to fulfill his promise of marriage to her. Her children with Ford were placed in the care of her sister Hester. Dorothea transferred all her savings to Ford and Hester for the maintenance and education of the children, and granted an annual payment to Hester for her services. In 1790, Dorothea became the mistress of Prince William, Duke of Clarence, the 3rd son of King George III. She began living with him at Clarence Lodge and later Bushy Park. Together they had 10 children, all of whom took the surname Fitzclarence: George, Henry, Sophia, Mary, Frederick, Elizabeth, Adolphus, Augusta, Augustus, and Amelia. Dorothea was granted a stipend of £1,200 and continued to act until her separation from the prince in 1811. After separating in 1811, she was granted an annual stipend of £4,400 by the prince and custody of their daughters, while he retained custody of their sons. £2,200 of the stipend was to go towards the care of their children, under the condition that she never returned to the stage. When her son-in-law, Thomas Alsop, fell into debt, Dorothea began to act again to help him out. Prince William took legal action and gained custody of their daughters and ended her yearly stipend. During the rebuilding of Drury Lane, she worked in Covent Garden and made her last appearance on the London stage in 1814. She retired from acting in 1815. That same year she sold her house and moved to France under the alias Mrs. James. She was defrauded by her daughter Frances and Frances' husband Thomas when they took out large loans in her name. During this time her health declined physically and mentally, and she passed away on the 5th of July 1816 from a ruptured blood vessel caused by a chest infection.